today we're doing the A1 maintenance minder service. So the A1 maintenance minder, super simple. It's rotate your tires, and it's an oil change without the oil filter. It's just a drain and fill. So as far as the tire rotation, I buy my tires at Costco. I dropped it off, I set an appointment, I dropped it off while we were doing some shopping. They did the tire rotation and checked the balance on all of them, and actually corrected the balance on 2 and did the rotation for me. So we got that done. Now we just need to do the drain and fill. Things that you're gonna need, we're gonna go ahead and put on some gloves. I don't wanna get too dirty today. This is just a quick thing. So I'm gonna put on some gloves. We're gonna need a 17mm wrench or a 17mm socket and ratchet. We're gonna use a oil funnel, just to try not to make a mess, and a oil drain seal. This is a 14mm crush washer. The Honda part number is 94109-14000. It's right there if you want it. But it is a 14mm aluminum style crush washer. You can buy them on Amazon in bulk. You're gonna need a little bit more than 5 quarts of oil. I'll show you my tag under the hood, but I believe it is 5.4 quarts when you don't replace the filter. I think it's 5.7 if you do. So you're looking at basically 6. You're gonna need 6 quarts. I generally don't buy oil like this much for this thing because of that, because this is only gonna be 5 quarts. I usually buy it in bulk from Walmart in one of those box bag things. So what I'll do is I'll dump all this in, and then I'll put 0.4 quarts in it, and then dump that in, and we'll go from there. Lastly, just need an oil drain pan. I don't put it up on ramps. I don't put it up on jack stands or anything like this. This is just a quick and dirty job. So let's get started. All right, so you're underneath the truck. You are facing the driver's side. Right here is the oil plug, and it's easy to find because it says engine oil and then points to the engine oil plug. So it's a 17mm, and this thing is hot. I just drove home from work. Now remember, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, but you're facing the opposite direction. So break that loose. Remember, this stuff is, if you've been running, it is gonna be hot. Let's go ahead and drain it. Now, I don't know if you heard it or not, but I heard the seal ring fall into the oil. It is not on here. It wasn't on here when I pulled it off. It was still stuck to the oil pan. So just make sure that you get that removed so you don't double stack gaskets. Cleaned up around the garage a little bit. You want to make sure that that O-ring is off there. I like to put it in a little bit and then clean up around the drain. Ouch, man, that thing's hot. Go figure. All right, let's get this out of the way. Now, as far as snugging these things down, I just get it to where it's all touching, and then when you start tightening it, you'll feel it kind of crush, and then it'll stop, and then that's it. That's all you do. I think the torque is on, like, it's anywhere between 17 and 35. I think it might be 35 pounds, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Don't quote me on that. I've never had one leak doing it that way, and you generally won't over torque it if you don't torque it past where it gets considerably harder. I talked about this in the ATF transmission change. You don't need a torque wrench on these. Just snug it up, and then you'll feel it crush and then get extremely hard to turn, and then just stop right there. That's it. Let's go to the top side. All right, let's pop the hood. We'll pop it up all the way for lighting. Let me get you in here. I put these on all of my cars. So the weight is 0W20 and it's 5.4 quarts or 5.7 with filter. So that kind of gives you a reminder. Right here is the oil fill cap, which surprisingly can be difficult on these to undo. I don't know why, but they're kind of sticky. There we go. And I was gonna use that red funnel, but I think I'm gonna use my long one instead. I think that's a better funnel for this. Man, my hair is crazy today. All right. So it's 5.4 quarts. This one right here is 5 US quarts. Try not to rip any of the tinfoil into your oil, because then when you dump it in, it'll go into your engine. So don't do that. Sweet pour for you, bud. So these big boxes hold 12 quarts. You can get them from Walmart. I think you can also get them from Amazon, but they're a little bit cheaper from Walmart, free delivery. And it just has a little tap on it. So, bam, right there. We'll go ahead and dump that in. We'll go a little bit less just in case. I'll check it. I can always add more. It's easier to add than subtract out. So I left a little bit in the jug. Not much, but I think it's enough. Actually, you know what? We're gonna do this. So we'll just go just like that. Don't forget to put your cap back on. I almost lost my camera. We got the A1 service right there. Then we got the tire rotation and everything right there. We're gonna go home. We're gonna go settings. We're gonna go vehicle. We're gonna go maintenance info. So A is for the engine oil without filter, and 1 is a tire rotation. We now have that done. So we're gonna go ahead and reset at 15%. I always do mine as soon as it kicks on. That's it. So now, well, if I close my door, we no longer have the notification and we're at 100% oil life. So now that it's running for a bit, circulated, you always check your oil with the engine off, clean it off, stick it back in all the way, take a reading, bring it back out. It's right there at the top. Maybe a smidge over, but I think we're gonna be okay. That's it. There you go. That's all there is to it. You guys, take care. Peace out.